everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back. And we're ploughing along with our A to Z of Christmas. And today we are on letter F, and the F in this case stands for Festive Frames. And what we're going to do, we're going to make a box and we're going to dress the top of the lid with a series of festive frames. So it's nothing complicated. So we will need 2 pieces of card, the same colour, and they need to be 10 inches square, so 10 by 10. And on all 4 sides, you need to score an inch in from the side. So we've got an inch border all the way around like that, which I've already done just to save a bit of time. So you do that on your first piece. Now, what I was going to show you, it's best to use, or it's a lot easier, if you've got one of these scoreboards that's designed for making boxes, use the base side. So score on your base side for this bit. And then when you do the lid, you can do exactly the same, but slide your other piece over and do it on the lid. It doesn't look any different, but these markings here are very fractionally different in their spacing. You can't see them, but they're there. So if you've got one of these scoreboards that are good for or designed for making boxes, use the base side for the base and the lid side for the lid. Otherwise you'd have to just cut the base fractionally smaller, but if you've got one of these you don't have to bother. So I've labelled mine. I don't think you can see that there, but if I push that up a bit, I've labelled it with base that side, and I've labelled it with lid the other side, and I've used a Sharpie pen just to go over my markings or over the score lines or the measurement lines so that you can see, or so that I can see what I'm doing. So there we go, that's how I've measured mine. So if you've got one of these boards, use it, because it does not make it easier. So we're going to pop that down there, and in the corners we need to, well, I've already done that end, but I'll show you what we need to do. All we need to do is cut down to the score line like that. It's ever so easy. And then all we do is we just cut out a notch each end. This will just help it to go flat when we put the thing together. Otherwise it might look a bit bulky. So just notch it out like that. They don't have to be very big. And we'll just get rid of all the clutter. Now, another tip I'm going to give you, or my first major tip of the day if you like. This is a double-sided card. That's not the tip, by the way. So I'll just pop the scissors over there because I'm not sure we need them anymore. Now, the best thing to do, first of all, is fold and burnish your score lines like that, including the little tabs. These tabs are what hold the box together. Now, I knew it was a mistake to have my frames near me because I've taken the tape off, or the backing tape off, and they're sticking to me, but never mind. Now, normally you put your quick grab glue on. Now, this is tacky glue, so tacky glue is more than strong enough for that. But you know what it's like, guys, when you put your tacky glue on your boxes, especially these little tabs, you put it on, and although it's a quick grab, it's not instant. You don't need hot glue for this. In fact, it's probably a good idea if you don't, because it might dry too quickly. But I'm going to give you a tip. Before you put your tacky glue on, use a runner tape. It doesn't have to be a red one, but I've got my red one next to me, so that's what I'm going to use. So just put a bit of runner tape on there first, and then put your glue, your tacky glue, just add a little blob. Now this is a new bottle, so it shouldn't give us any trouble, she says, hopefully. So just put that on there like that. Now, the benefit of that is when you pull that up like that and stick it, because you've got a tacky you've got your tape runner on one side, you're going to get that instant stick. And you don't always get an instant stick, even with tacky glue. So if you put some tape runner on first, you'll get that instant stick. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So again, we're going to, on the side, not on the tab, I'd suggest putting it on the actual box side, like that. So there, just like that. Sorry guys, did you see that? So just a little bit, you don't need too much. And then all we're going to do, in fact I've done that the wrong way around, that was clever, wasn't it? No, I haven't. I should have done that on the inside. But that's okay, we can just pop that on there like that. So that was this week's deliberate mistake. but that'll come off. I'm not worried about it. So then what you need to do, obviously, I nearly forgot to put the glue on then. Oh dear. One of those days. So put our glue on our tabs. And then, now it's stuck to my table, but never mind. So just pop it up like that. And it'll give you that instant grab, which is what you're looking for. So just pop that in and you've got that instant grab. Why isn't that sticking? So there we go, we have our instant grab. Now obviously that'll take a bit of time to dry, so we can set that aside while it's drying, and you do exactly the same to the lid. The only difference with the lid, you do exactly the same, you put it together exactly the same way. Let's just pop that out of the way. I use my 1-inch paper punch, circle paper punch, and all I do is I put it in upside down and I pop it in there like that. And I just punch it about halfway in, pop it in half, well actually, if you put it in as far as it'll go, it'll be about the right size. So pop it in as far as it'll go, give it a squeeze, and it'll give you your finger lifts. So there is our box. And then you bring that in. What I am going to do actually is just wipe the stickiness off of that bit where I put it on the wrong side, otherwise the lid will go on and it won't come off. So we should be alright like that. So I'm going to risk putting that lid on, although the base might not be dry yet. So if you do it like that, when you put your lid on, she says, it should be a perfect fit. But because the glue's not dry, it might not be quite so perfect yet. So if we slide that in, like that, that will go on like that. So once that glue is dry, it would have gone on even better. So now what we're going to do, we are going to make our festive frames. So your first frame needs to be the same size on the outside anyway as the box. So this is an 8x8 box, so it needs to be 8x8, and we need to cut it so that you've got a 2-inch frame. This is a 2-inch frame all the way around, and on the back I've got some foam tape. I've already taken the backing tape off to spare you having to watch me do all that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to carefully lay that down like that, press it into place, and we've already got our first festive frame. And our next one, it's an inch down, it's an inch smaller each side, so our next size is 7x7, and it's 1.5 inches, the frame. I will add all of these measurements in the description below, and I'll put them on my new blog, which is the other thing I forgot to tell you. I have a new blog, it's very new. So at the moment I'm using the free blog because I've only just started it and I'm very new to blogging. But I will probably upgrade it quite soon to a paid one. So this will be on my new blog. I might add a link to that for you if I'm brave enough. And my last frame that was 8x8, this was 7x7. So this one is a 6x6 and it's 1 inch wide all the way around. And it's got foam tape on the back. And we're just going to lay that down like that. And there you go, we have our festive frames. Now, that is a lovely box, just like that. But if you wanted to make it even better, or even slightly more decorative, I've just brought in, these are self-adhesive holly, and you could just put a few in the middle. So I've just picked out 3 from my stash. I'm trying to use up what I've already got. So I had little bits of paper, or pieces of paper, or half sheets of paper that were in my packs that I'd almost used up, and I'm trying to use up what I've already got. So these are just odd little bits, but these are self-adhesive. You could use anything, or you can leave it like that, or you could put a sentiment in the middle. You could do whatever you really want to. It's your box, you can do what you like with it. So I'm just going to very quickly take that off, lay that down, roughly where I don't want it quite there, about there I think. Yeah, I think that'll do. That's not quite central, but it'll do. And there we go, guys. There is our Festive Frames box. So F is for Festive Frames. And what I might do before that has a chance to stick, I might just centralise that a bit better. But from where I'm seeing, I can't actually see the centre. So there you go, guys. That's it. That's our Festive Frames box. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. And if you have enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. It all helps the channel. And add any comments you'd like to below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing to this channel, clicking the notification bell, and you'll never miss another video either in this series or anything that comes up in the future. So thank you for those who do subscribe, I do appreciate it, and thank you for watching this video. And I will see you very soon with the next in our A to Z of Christmas, which will be G. So come back and see what I've put up for G, or what I will be putting up for G. And I'll see you then. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye bye for now.